feel? This weather is perfect. Can I make a little noise with ya? Hello, Miami. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our women's final. And right now, right here today, someone's going to win it for the first time because 3 of the 4 players have never won an AVP crown ever. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, in only her 2nd season, last year's Rookie of the Year out of Newport Harbor High School in Orange County, California, out of USC, the 2-time national champion, April Ross. And you're ready. Her partner, ladies and gentlemen, she has been here before, but yet to wear the crown. Today may be her day, ladies and gentlemen. Also out of the University of Southern Cal, the All-American, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kessy and Ross. Good luck. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and here they are, the number 2 seed on the AVP Tour, coming off a huge victory in the semifinals. She grew up in Northern California. She went to the University of Minnesota. She still holds the all-time Big Ten record, 4 kills. Ladies and gentlemen, a former Rookie of the Year and last year's Most Improved Player, say hello to Nicole Branagh. Knock it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the veteran of the group. 35 times she has been a winner. She went to El Toro High School in Orange County, California. She then went to UCLA. She was a basketball star, a volleyball star, a 4-time All-American, a 1996 Olympian, and a 2004 bronze medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, EY, Elaine Youngs.
And Misty and Kerri.
Our rules of the game, as always, here on the AVP Crocs Tour. Best 2 out of 3 games. First game to 21 points. Third game to 15. As always, rally scoring is in effect the point is earned per play, and you must win each game by 2 points. Yes, for the first time since July 24th of 2004. A new team will reign supreme, a team other than Elaine Youngs, Rachel Wacholder, or Misty, May, and Kerri Walsh. That is when Holly McPeak and Elaine Youngs won July 24th, 2004. We are underway. Elaine Youngs to serve. And Youngs scores .1. Elaine Youngs, the veteran, in her 11th season. 3rd U.S. woman to earn $1 million on the beach. Last season, she led the tour in aces and was 2nd in kill percentage, 35 career wins. Tied at 1. April Ross, welcome to the finals. Back-to-back titles, as Holly talked about, in 2002 and 2003 at USC. She started every single match of her career, and she was tops in kills and points each season as a Trojan.
Up and down. Go, Jen!
Jen Boss. Off the hand of flying out of bounds. Jen Boss, this is her 8th final. 4 last year, 2 with Nancy Mason and 2 with Rachel Wacholder. She loves pizza with ranch dressing. It's not all that bad.
Yeah, that's her favorite.
Absolutely. She's also a USC Trojan.
Good. Come on, with you. Yeah!
And the touch on the overpass by Jen Boss. And Nicole Branagh, out of Minnesota last year, led the tour in kills, the 2005 AVP Rookie of the Year. Last season, she was named Most Improved as she competed in 9 semifinals and a couple of finals, Sacramento and Birmingham, with Holly McPeak.
Good.
Awesome Boss, keep it alive again. And score the point. 4-1, Jen Boss and April Ross.
Well, the interesting thing about these 4 players, they're all big, they can all block, and they all have great jump serves. April Ross has started this match going really aggressive and keeping the ball on Nicole Branagh. That was one of their strategies at the beginning of the match. And even though she switched sides to the left, April is still serving her.
Takes a little pressure off to get off to a good start.
Good, guy.
And Ross and Boss, as April Ross misses that serve St. John, also they have the confidence that they can beat this team because they've already done it a matter of hours ago.
Yeah, normally you'd say, yeah, that's a big advantage beating a team, but my experience from the past, when I beat a really good team early in the event, it was always much harder to beat them the second time because they're more fired up and you kind of, without knowing it, are more relaxed because you beat them already.
Well, they are beating them right now as we are just underway here in game one. Ross and Boss
Hey, we're taking a little break, ladies and gentlemen. Give a huge round of applause. Good
And
start.
Branagh takes a look at our recap. We'll start with St. John.
Okay, for Branagh and Youngs, they defeated Lewis and Lima early on Saturday, and then Dada Manello. Not too difficult. We expect them to win on Saturday, and then lost to Boss and Ross. Very tough match. They had to come back, beat Akers and Hansen and May-Treanor and Walsh to get here.
On the other side for April Ross and Jen Boss, they started by beating a qualifier team, Cook and Whitney, but had a tough match, well, kind of tough against us. They actually jump served us off the court and did a great job controlling the ball in the win. They went 3 with Davis Jordan, winning 19-17 in the third. Those are some big wins, and beat Branagh and Youngs this morning in 3, 15-12. Winning pretty handily 21-14, 21-16 against Diane Denekashe and Barbara Fontana to get into their first final together.
And the other teams who were dynamic this weekend, not accustomed to seeing May-Treanor Walsh in third place, but a nice start of the season for Diane Denekashe and Barbara Fontana. Akers and Hansen, nicely done in fifth place along with Branagh and Youngs. And then Davis and Johnson Jordan, one of the seventh place finishers. 5-2 start for Boss and Ross.
And Nicole.
That's a big hit. That set really wasn't that close to the net. And Nicole went up and hit a hard cross-court spike.
Well, I think that's one of the advantages to having big girls on your team. You have more range offensively, and that has been the trend with both of these two teams, 4 big girls.
I like to refer to them as tall.
You know, you're right. That's not politically
They like that as
correct. These
well.
are 4 very fit, tall girls, but when you're a little girl like myself, you refer to them as big girls.
Well, you can be big guys, but tall girls.
That's right.
This is a good set off the net, out of the range of Elaine Youngs, and Jen Boss is able to get a nice cut shot short.
Ross and Boss, since the seedings have been kept on a consistent basis on the AVP Tour, trying to become the highest seeded team to ever win an AVP title. They came in as the number 11 seed. Formerly, a couple of other 7 seeds have won titles, but you have to go all the way back to 2001 for that. One of them involved in one of those victories as a 7th seed was Liz Mazakayan along with Diane Denekashe, and she, of course, is here today.
Give a round of applause. Give a round of applause. Get yourselves warmed up a bit. 7-4, game number 1, Jen Boss.
Youngs and Branagh, the number 2 seed, coming in behind Misty May and Kerri Walsh.
Now that's a huge mistake. Boss cannot go back and serve a flat serve out of bounds. With this win, you just want to keep that flat serve in. I mean, it's the easiest serve to make. And with this win, just keeping it in, it'll still blow around.
Exactly. You either need to throw up your jump serve and be aggressive or keep your flat serve in.
So with the service error, it's now 7-5. Youngs with a big jump serve. And the point earned by Boss and Ross.
One of the things that I like about Boss and Ross is they have just great confidence. You can tell they feel really confident in their side-out game, which allows them to be more aggressive at the service line. And April Ross has been aggressive this whole weekend long.
What I like is their name, because everybody's going to remember them now. Boss and Ross.
Touch skips off, 8-6.
Great pass, great hit, partner.
How much time, Mary? 2 minutes?
I'd like.
While we have a moment, we'll take a break. Back to Miami, Florida after this. Well, here's what we thought, Holly, would be all the new teams to begin 2007, but Boss and Ross are together because of delays in Puerto Rico and a little minor back surgery.
Yeah, you know, like I said, at the end of last year, the teams that we saw at the end of last year, I knew were going to change. Rachel Wacholder decided not to go with Jen Boss and went with May-Treanor, who's a very physical player. Jen Boss was very disappointed, but said, hey, I got to prove myself. I'm going to play with Kay Albertine. I'm going down to Puerto Rico to practice. Kay said, hey, look, I can't make it to the first tournament. Boom. Nancy Mason has minor outpatient back surgery. She's healing well. She's going to be back in 6 weeks.
Now, the question I have, though, will they stay together or will they go back to their partner?
Or will there be a team of Kay Albertine and Nancy Mason in a couple of weeks?
You know, if the team has this much success together, I would think they'd stay together.
Even given all the time spent in Puerto Rico, not just practicing, but bonding. And I know we're looking ahead a little bit because you have to see what happens here in the next few weeks. But interesting because Jen Boss made a big commitment going down to Puerto Rico a lot to work out.
She did. April Ross also made a big commitment by staying home and not going overseas this winter and learning the beach game, getting in shape. She's in the best shape of her life, and she really dedicated herself to the beach game. So she has a great result with Jen Boss. Obviously, from the get-go, they feel great together. They have good chemistry. It's going to be a tough decision for April Ross.
Well, a trio of Trojans fighting for just the 2 spots, basically, and for Kay Albertine, she's basically going to make it into the U.S. tomorrow. Just about 2 days or 3 days too late for tournament number 1, playing indoors in Puerto Rico. April Ross with the hat. Ross in her first final on the beach.
Nicole's responsibility on that play was to block the line, and she did not do it. She left Elaine out on the angle with nothing to do because she didn't take care of her line.
Well, not too many players can sizzle the line a hard hit. They usually shoot line, so it looked like Nicole started her block inside, which is more of a ball block and gives away the hard line. Next time they know that April Ross can hit that, and they have to take it.
Nicole Branagh with plenty of open court makes it 10-8. Branagh still looking for her first career win. She has 2 second-place finishes, those both last year in Sacramento and Birmingham. She is in her 3rd final. Ross her first, Boss her 8th. Boss and Ross score another point.
And there's one of those flat serves. You're just standing there. You're not jumping. You're not throwing the ball too high. You're just trying to hit the ball in the court, and she hit it out of bounds. Granted, there's a lot of wind, but you can hit the flat serve, and you should in the court every time.
Come on, come on.
Good dig by Jen Boss. And Youngs able to score the point to make it 11-9.
You can see the wind really blowing that ball around. And Nicole and Elaine did a very good job of keeping it low so it doesn't blow around too much and keeping the ball in play. That's very good ball control. Here it is, a low set, and just keeping it in quick over the net, and it can't be controlled.
11-9. Misty and Kerri not in the finals for just the 2nd time in their 46 AVP events, and the first time since 2004. And the finish by Jen Boss to make it 12-9.
Away, 12-9. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
So a good start for the USC Trojan tandem of April Ross and Jen Boss, but Elaine Youngs and Nicole Branagh are going to stick around and stay around in any matchup that they are involved in. And they're doing it here in game 1 now.
It looks to me like
Last couple of rookies of the year, 06, April Ross, the co-rookie of the year with Logan Tom. 2 seasons ago, Nicole Branagh was the AVP Rookie of the Year.
what I was going to say is it looks to me like Ross and Boss are doing a good job of keeping the pressure on Elaine and Nicole. They're not playing easy. They're not feeling it. They're going for it. And you know, it appears as if April is not very nervous out there. She's doing a great job.
She's very comfortable. I talked to her before the final, and she's like, hey, I have nothing to lose. I feel great out here. We have great chemistry, and we're going to just go for it.
You ended up. It was great.
Liz Mazakayan, the head coach.
It's April's serve. Don't forget the backs over there. Or you're on 2s.
The UCLA Hall of Famer. Kerri sounds a lot talking to Geeter during a final like Holly McPeak does when she first comes up to our broadcast position to broadcast the final with us. Good to see you, but I'd rather be somewhere else.
Always.
I always think you're mad at us, but you get over it by the time the red light goes on. It just takes a little while. A couple days or so.
A week.
12-10. And a good pokey by April Ross.
April Ross looks so ball. She's waiting and going in aggressive every time she's seen the court well. I look for EY and Nicole to change it up and go to Jen Boss, because April Ross is doing a great job siding out.
Elaine Youngs has been fighting and fighting, and oftentimes coming up short for so many years against Misty, May, and Kerri Walsh, and now they don't have to face into the finals, and they've got their hands full.
There's a touch on the block, had to go over.
And Youngs with the finish.
Yeah, I think if I'm bumping the ball over, I'd bump it to Nicole. I wouldn't put it over to Elaine, an easy ball, because Elaine's going to give her a good pass, going to get a good set, and she's going to hammer that ball.
Well, that's what they talked about. It. We're going to keep the ball off EY, and they're not doing that, at least on free ball situations.
I'll tell you, that stuff, they did exactly what you said. They went to Boss to see if they could, you know, force some kind of error. She passes and then just hammers it down the line. Now what are they going to do? The ball goes to Boss, high set. She goes up and just beats the ball down the line. And again, Elaine, really, that was her responsibility. She's got to take the line, all of the line.
Well, again, I think the team of Branagh and Youngs like to give that hard line and take more of the middle of the court and give up the most difficult hit.
Nicole Branagh with a hammer. We talked about the 7th seeds, who were the highest seeded teams ever to win an AVP event, and it actually happened back-to-back weeks back in 2001, back-to-back the Hanleys, Sarah Stratton and Muskegon, and then followed by mentioned Diane Denekashe and Liz Mazikine in Santa Barbara. So 2 7s in a row, one back-to-back back in 01. A long time since we've seen a higher seeded team advance to the finals here.
Wow, Jen Boss and April Ross look so aggressive and so relaxed. I haven't seen them as a team or as individuals play this well and this relaxed. Great set by April Ross, and Jen Boss just sizzles the angle by EY. That is not an easy hit to do, especially by a great blocker like EY.
Boss and Ross trying to become the 4th team to win an event in their first tournament together.
13-15.
More from Miami, Florida, when we return. Welcome back to the AVP Tour Miami Open. 5th and a 5th in the final events of last year together. And Boss. And Youngs with the finish.
When Elaine gets the ball up in front of her, anywhere, she's going to hit it.
Always. Well, they're doing a good job, both Elaine and Nicole, of controlling the transition set and putting it in a good position.
Good serve.
And Elaine has to do that. I mean, she has such a good serve. She has to score on her serve.
That's the one thing when you look at this team of Nicole Branagh and Elaine Youngs, that you have 2 fine, strong jump servers who can really keep the pressure on. Battling the elements here for the women's final. Tied at 15 in game 1.
Her first dig of the game, but it was a one-arm stab, pops up perfectly, and she hits it down the line, which is her patented swing. You have to protect the line against her from the left side.
Now Youngs and Branagh have the lead for the first time in a while, 16-15. And a block by Nicole. And she is fired up.
Nicole Branagh, ladies and gentlemen, catching fire. A 4 run.
It's blowing inside and tight, and that is a tough ball to get around the block of Nicole Branagh.
Timeout on the court. And Eduardo Vasil, the coach of April Ross and Jen Boss.
He actually goes by Anjinho. He's a former Brazilian player who's played on the AVP, and now he's coaching. He's actually coaching April Ross and Nancy Mason, but since Nancy Mason's sitting out, he's staying with April Ross and Jen Boss this weekend, and they've had a great tournament going undefeated the whole week.
Okay. Serve, you know.
It sounded like he was telling the team to keep the ball away from EY as much as possible.
Good idea, huh?
Yeah. Maybe he's listening to us.
That might be. 17-15, 5-0 run for Nicole Branagh and Elaine Youngs. Elaine Youngs, Rachel Walkholder, 23 AVP events together. They made all 23 semifinals. Then the big breakup. And the shakedown on the women's side is kind of started since that. That really started to shuffle things and included going into this season.
One of the things that Jen Boss told me before the final is she loves playing on the right side, and she hasn't done that since she played with Barbara Fontana. She just looks way more comfortable swinging from the right and has more range offensively.
The block by Boss. Tied at 17.
With a stop, 17-17.
Jen Boss has had a lot of success blocking Nicole Branagh. She stays right on the ball, big pushover with her hands, great block.
That was actually perfect form. She got her hands up and she just slid them over the net. She isn't swinging, just sliding her hands up and over the net.
Good game one of our women's final in Miami. The rain is coming down. Ball chase down. And Nicole trying to finish. Good dig by April Ross. Youngs finds the line. The women's final from Miami, Florida will continue after this. Mike Goldberg, St. John Smith, Holly McPeak, Chris McGee. Women's final. Event number 1 of the season. 18 events on the docket. Today, the first within the Gold Crown Series, the first of 3 tournaments to open 07, and the team that has the most cumulative points from Miami, Dallas, and Huntington Beach will walk away with a nice fat $100,000 bonus. Good way to start the season. Gold Crown Series. Flat serve by Nicole Branagh. Youngs sets up game point.
That is game point for EY and Nicole.
They've been trying to find a weakness in the offense of Boss and Ross, and now they got Boss on 2 tentative swings. Now they're getting touches on the block. EY's making Jen Boss think about her attack, and that's why they're scoring points.
Game point number 1. And that ball was just deep.
And April had to duck to get out of the way. Let's see how close it really was on the back.
Wow.
Oh, just about an inch and a half.
Yeah, you know, knew it was out for sure. Game point though still. They can side out for the win. They serve Branagh. And that is deep. 2019.
Now EY and Nicole Branagh
Ladies and
are on
gentlemen,
what you would maybe call the bad side, because the
2019
wind is blowing the ball away from
Game
Nicole Branagh,
point.
so they're trying to run a back
And a
set to make
timeout
it easier for
taken
Nicole to
by
side
EY
out.
and
It's a tough
Nicole.
ball to
Little
set.
round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout
Elaine
taken.
Youngs wanted a timeout, so her and Nicole Branagh can regroup on this very important 3rd game point opportunity. In the women's final taking place, we pick up the action a little later in game 1. Game point. And the timeout was well taken. And a perfect finish for Nicole Branagh as Youngs and Branagh win game 1, 21-19. The women's final of the AVP Tour Miami Open will continue in a moment. But the good news is the majority of the weekend was pretty perfect. Men's final was even very windy, but no rain. And they were predicting it to get ugly a lot earlier. Branagh and Youngs say we just need to get 1 game in. Ross and Boss say we need to get 2 more games in. And that's a good way to start to try to force a game 3.
And that's a nice hit on a deep set. 4 or 5 feet off the net. April goes up and hammers it right in between the defense.
April, the former National Freshman of the Year, former High School Player of the Year, and honor student. Not the second time. She got the pokey, but then could not retreat to get the hit from Elaine Youngs.
What a great defensive play. The first one diving one arm and just getting her hand on the ball and getting it up and over. But then she tries to come back all the way across the court to get the other one. Couldn't do it.
Well, April Ross has really quick feet and loves to play defense. That's the favorite part of her game, which is unusual for somebody her size.
Now that one fooled her. She took it off the shoulder. April Ross, 6'1", 24 years old, born in Newport Beach, living in Costa Mesa. And a very, very talented young lady, not unlike Logan Tom. Rookie of the Year last year, co-rookies on the AVP Crocs Tour. 2-1, Youngs and Branagh make it 3-1. Couple of big serves from Nicole Branagh.
And you could see the wind really take that ball down. It's a nice serve by Nicole, hitting it with topspin. The wind blowing at the ball makes it drop much quicker. April cannot pass it.
And open court found by April Ross.
Left sider.
You know what April did really well on that play is she came at the ball like she was going to attack it, which freezes the defense. And then she stops her arm and makes the shot, and the defense is stuck waiting for the dig. Here she passes the ball, she gets ready, she makes her hard approach and really jumps on that ball like she's going to attack it. Just shoots the ball, a soft shot, and defense is stuck.
You know, the ironic thing about April Ross supposedly playing this year with Nancy Mason, and then Jen Boss, of course, with Cale Burdine, is last year April Ross played with Cale Burdine. So all these players know each other very well, being teammates and competitors against each other.
Well, we all end up one day playing with the other and vice versa. I think I've played with everybody on this court but April. So, you know, sooner or later you're going to play with most of the players.
I already thought of that, Holly. I wanted to use it, but you just got to play with April in a tournament.
I'd love to.
There you go. Very nice. Nicely done. Touched off April Ross's hand, and the point will go to Youngs and Branagh.
Great defense. Good digs by both Boss and Ross. It hurts though, you make such great plays. The other team still gets the point.
Battle at the net, won by April Ross.
Top field, April Ross.
I'd like to see Jen Boss go back to her jump serve. She has a good jump serve when she's aggressive with it, and she's on the good side, you know, facing into the wind where Nicole Branagh got some points early.
Perfect example. But it does not turn into a point.
Well, Nicole Branagh is doing a good job passing that ball, and EY is one of the best setters on the beach. She gives you a very consistent set that's not usually too tight, and it's a perfect set for Nicole Branagh to side out.
Elaine Youngs. And Jen Boss scores the point.
Boss to the deep corner.
Elaine Youngs doesn't know what happened on that. Jen Boss kind of hit it with, wasn't the palm of her hand. She kind of missed it, and she does that actually a lot, and it still goes in, which is not easy to do.
A lot easier when you're on the good side. You can hit a ball and miss it a little bit, and you know it's going to fall in the court.
That is a perfect example of putting the ball exactly where your partner wants it, Holly.
Well, what a great set from that far, and it was a bad pass deep into the court, and Elaine puts that ball right up near the net.
Elaine is in perfect position from off the net. Nicole stays behind and puts it deep middle. It's a great job. But the good job by Nicole Branagh, too, to keep the ball in play. It's a tough serve, but she doesn't shank it. Keeps it in a position where Elaine Youngs can still set the ball.
Net serve is legal. So is that. That's the hammer.
Cross court, 6-7.
You know, Elaine was really supposed to block the angle on this. And she went ahead and she guessed and went line, and Nicole was already on the line, so they really left half of the court completely open, and Jen took advantage.
Well, sometimes you go with your instincts. Sometimes you double up and you're successful. Sometimes you're not, and that was just a risk that EY wanted to go for.
Here's Nicole Branagh again. That one, she was contested by April Ross, unable to handle that attempt from Elaine Youngs, and the point is scored. It's 8-6 now.
And again, Elaine takes a bad pass and puts that ball up near the net so that Nicole can at least, you know, get up above the net and attack it somehow.
And this point being illustrated, guys, also because it's so darn windy down there still, and the rain and the conditions. Great defensive play by Nicole. Another shot, and Boss saw that both players had retreated and takes advantage of the open court.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but Nicole Branagh does the ball with that one arm like 3 times, and it's popping up perfect. Elaine, well, she dug it with one arm. She gets Jen Boss in the windy corner, which is a very smart play, but Jen Boss gets her feet to the ball. Nice cut shot to end that long rally.
But even as she got to the ball, it was still going away from her, and she really could not have spiked that. She made a good choice in just shooting the ball cross court.
So that makes it 8-7. The rain all over the glasses of Elaine Youngs. One of the finest athletes on this tour. Conditions are crazy, and Chris McGee's right in the middle of it all. Geeter.
Well, you know, I'm not sitting up there with you guys all nice and cozy and covered. I'm down here on the court. I'm going to talk to April Ross at the break, and I'll tell you what, it's a sideways rain and windy going from right to left, and she's doing a good job of serving Nicole on that one. But it is definitely windy out here, definitely wet.
Chris, thank you very much. You will visit with April Ross. Chris reporting from the Crocs Lounge throughout our 2007 season. And uncovered is the Crocs Lounge today, open to the elements.
I think he just wanted us to feel sorry for him. I think he's covered
not
up.
that cozy.
I didn't see the picture.
I'm feeling some sideways rain on myself.
Absolutely. Oh, good recognition again by Jen Boss.
Well, you can see that ball blow towards the net. The wind is coming from right to left.
Poor Chris McGee.
Who's that guy?
Poor guy.
I have no idea. I checked the pass, check the credential on that guy. I think he has no business being down there with one and now 2 microphones. Multitasking.
But his hair always looks perfect. How does that happen?
Paul Mitchell. And Branagh with the hammer.
That was a hammer. And that ball's going back behind her and away from her, but this is probably the easiest side to hit on with this kind of a wind. The ball's going back and to your hitting arm, so she really made great contact with that.
10-8. Jen Boss. And Youngs and Branagh could not keep it alive.
Well, it was a great shot, but an even better dig to get that ball up in the air and almost get it back over the net.
Yeah, Jen Boss from the left side has a very good cut. It just hit the top of the tape and allowed
EY and Nicole. Round of applause as April Ross getting ready to serve. Game 2. Here we go. Pick it up.
Elaine did get that ball out of the net, too.
She hits the ball hard. But April Ross really showing her defensive prowess. Now she'll try it at the net, but not that time. Branagh with the kill.
Branagh 11-9.
I was just going to say, Nicole does not hold back much when she gets a good set. She really hammers the ball.
Well, and guess what? She's getting a lot of good sets. She's passing the ball in a good spot. EY's giving her consistent good set, and she's going to be aggressive. She's a big, strong hitter.
Holly McPeak, Nicole Branagh, 8 Final Fours in 2006. The women's final will continue in a moment. Welcome back to the AVP Tour Miami Open. It has been an amazing volleyball performance by Jen Boss and her partner this weekend, April Ross. But they're going to have to continue to be that good, if not better, to get by the #2 seeds here in the first final of the year, 21-19. Youngs and Branagh won game 1. This is game 2. The 11th seeded Jen Boss and April Ross. Jen Boss has won a title before on the beach, not on the AVP Tour. Her lone title in 2001 with Heather Lowe was in Thailand. April Ross talked about the fact that she has played all over the world as well. And Elaine Youngs.
It was a great set by Nicole to save that ball, give Elaine something to swing at.
Well, 10. Boss. This time no block, and yes, finish.
The 2 Trojans from Southern Cal climb back to within 1. 11-12.
Jen Boss passes it up there nice. April Ross gives her a high set. Nicole Branagh blocks the line. Great one-arm cover by Jen Boss. She goes up aggressive and hits that hard angle. Too much heat for EY on that one.
Look at April. April's way back there for her jump serve.
She's been bombing it all weekend. She's really confident with her jump serve.
Nice serve receive, but Branagh can't finish.
You know, that's such a tough play for Nicole. The set's coming from behind her, so she can't see the net. She can't see where the block is. All she can do is just reach up and try and make a hit on that. Well, she's completely backwards to the net, and then Boss gets the block.
And with that, April Ross and Jen Boss have tied this game. Must win game 2 for the 11th seeded team of Ross and Boss. April Ross gains another point.
What a hit from way off the net.
April Ross has so much offensive range. That was a tough ball to put away. She was hitting into the wind and really went for it. And I like that aggressive swing, especially in transition for a point. That's an important point for her team.
Especially 10 feet off the net.
Now, Nicole and EY have switched sides. They put Nicole Branagh on the left side, which is usually her strongest side, but she now is playing mostly right side.
Another big serve. And this time, Youngs and Branagh able to side out, ties this game at 13.
That's Branagh's favorite shot, Holly, just like you said before. Cross her body. From the left side, that cross her body is down the line. From the right side, cross her body is cross court.
Jen Boss at the net against Youngs.
You know, one of the things about usually a young player that they struggle with is setting. And April Ross is doing a really good job consistently setting Jen Boss. She's given her enough room. She's not trapping her with Elaine Youngs up at the net. That's a great swing by Jen Boss.
Jen Boss to serve. Boss and Ross both utilizing the jump serve. 4 strong servers here today in our women's final, which is tied in game 2 at 14.
While the teams switch sides, we'll take a break. Back to Miami after this. Welcome back to Miami, Florida for the 2007 AVP Tour Miami Open, the women's final taking place on center court.
Misty May, Kerri Walsh missing the final for just the 2nd time in 46 AVP events together.
April made such a good pass on that serve. Elaine hits a great cross-court serve. April gets it up in the air, but then the set's too far away from her, and she hits it into the net.
Defeated in the semifinals by Elaine Youngs and Nicole Branagh.
Same exact serve.
Same serve. You know, one of the
Once
things that
again,
makes Elaine Young's
blasting that
serve so
serve.
great is she has a
16-14.
consistent toss. It's not very high and a quick arm, and she gets the ball to a certain spot so quick. This is the 2nd ball in a row that she hits to April Ross's left, which that is a tough ball to pass.
16-14. 37-year-old Elaine Youngs. UCLA Bruin taking on a couple of Trojans here. And she and her Minnesota Golden Gopher teammate are 1 point closer to capturing the first title of the year. And Ross and Boss want the timeout.
17-14, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, it was actually a good pass by April Ross. She just, Jen Boss just sets her too far outside the antenna. Are you going to show them?
I know, but let's change the momentum. Have to change the momentum. Have opportunities, okay? You guys doing great there. The other side. Let's do it here. Now it's the wind in our back, so a little step forward, so it's dropping fast the serve, you know?
Get the 8-7 too. Just like last time. You get that 8-7 switch.
Okay. Yeah. Get a small bite.
Looks like April's a little hungry.
Well, I think, you know, when you're nervous before your first final, you don't eat that much. You don't want to play on a full stomach, so you just kind of nibble your way through the final. I always do that.
There we go. Keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes on the ball, okay?
I know, when I was playing, my whole system shut down. And nothing, I mean, food didn't, I couldn't
Here we
eat.
go, ladies and gentlemen.
Same thing that happens when you broadcast.
That's right.
That was just wide open, I'm sorry. Look at the aces, all belonging to the teammates of Nicole Branagh and Elaine Youngs here today. 5-love. Ross. Now here's Youngs. And perfectly placed at the net by Branagh. Youngs makes no mistake.
You know, that was an okay pass for that serve. But normally, when somebody serves a great serve, you know, away from you, you move to take that same serve away. And I don't know that April has really made the adjustment, force Elaine to serve somewhere different.
18-14, 5-0 scoring run for Youngs and Branagh. 6-0 scoring run.
19-14. Jim McMahon to the stage, please. Jim McMahon
It's
to
a
the
pretty
stage.
close set, but Nicole is right on it and just stuffs that ball straight down, and it cannot be controlled. Yeah, I think she's excited, and she can feel a victory right now.
She can taste her first victory, and she's excited about it. They're playing great. They're on the good side. They're aggressive, and they want a good switch.
3rd final for Branagh. And she puts down the big block. She is fired up. Nicole Branagh, 1 point shy of her first career win. And it is game, match, championship point. Not yet.
I'll tell you what, those were a lot of great serves by Elaine. Very consistent, hard jump serves. putting Voss and Ross in all kinds of trouble, but they did get the side out to keep this game alive, at least for one more play.
And all those great serves, Holly, in all likelihood, are going to be the last thing needed to get them the title.
Well, they're in a great position. All they need to do is side out here to win this match. They put Nicole Branagh on the left side. Elaine Youngs is on the right side. So all they need is a pass and a good set, and this could be theirs.
Game, match, championship point 2. Branagh for her first title. And it is over. Nicole Branagh has won for the first time here on the AVP Crocs Tour.
Nicole Branagh, her first ever title. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for April Ross and Jen Voss.
Career win number 36 for Elaine Youngs. Her 20th on the AVP Crocs Tour.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
Someone on the women's side was going to earn their first ever victory. But in doing so, Nicole Branagh helped Elaine Youngs earn her 36th as they defeat the new tandem of Jen Voss and April Ross here in the women's final in Miami. So for my partners, St. John Smith, Holly McPeak, and Chris McGee, Mike Goldberg saying so long. You've been watching the AVP Tour.